Welcome to Direct Mail Monday, June 19th, 2017. Yes, it is the 19th. And speaking of 19 and 17, maybe you see some sweat on me. I see it here in the reflection from the camera. That's because I just dared to venture outside of the home where it is 117 degrees out right now in this crazy hot and sunny Arizona. And the forecast, if we can believe such forecasts or polls or anything, is for the same thing tomorrow on the first day of spring. It's not even summer yet. 117 degrees. Hilarious craziness. Remind me again why anyone, including me, lives here. But anyway, I ventured to walk about 100 feet down the driveway to the mailbox and 100 feet back up, and I'm like roasting and going, what the heck is going on? So my hat is tremendously off for anyone that does any real work outside today, building stuff, fixing stuff, getting stuff done. Amazing. My hat is off. Well, hat is always off, and my hair is always off too, and it's amazing. So let's get right to it. I was looking to see if there was any one more very cool or very bad, anything noteworthy item in the mailbox to discuss today on Direct Mail Monday. Didn't find anything other than the usual junk. Speaking of which, I'm going to share the good, the bad, and the ugly, but I start out always with the rhino of the day, and today it's a simple magnet. There it is that I got at the Toronto Zoo. I don't know if they still do, but I was there about 20 years ago, and they had a rhino. And I was in Toronto because the 9 years I spent doing direct door-to-door sales, the supplying company was headquartered in Richmond Hill, just north of Toronto, and I went up there a few times to head office and got some stuff done, and had to venture over to the zoo to see the rhino, and it was very cool. And I got my very own little credit card size magnet from that zoo, and doesn't have a date on it, but it was $1.99 back then. $1.99. So yeah, it's over 20 years ago today. Something like this easily. 5, 7, 10 bucks, whatever. Speaking of which, let's get right to today's Direct Mail Monday. Hey Rob, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And as always, I start out in reverse order and go right to the ugly. And this stuff is ugly. You know, it comes every week. It's ugly to me because I help entrepreneurs and business owners raise their prices, sell their products and services at premium prices with premium margins so they can deliver a ton more value, deal with much better clients, get much better class of referrals and so forth. And so only if you're selling, you know, basic garbage, basic low quality, low priced, high volume stuff should you ever be using this. And it's pretty thick, so there's a lot of that garbage going on around here. There it is, you know, like chicken tenders for $1, $2 for this, $3 for that. Like if that's the stuff you're doing, then I guess this stuff is good. But otherwise, if you're selling anything of any value at all, this is downright ugly way to do it, so don't do that. Next is the bad. On a similar vein is these kind of Valpak money mailer type things, right? Again, if I open these up, which I almost never do, and maybe one of these Mondays I'll open it up and go through some of the really horrendously ineffective coupons and postcards and mailers and whatever's in here, but just let you know, you mail this to anyone of any affluence, anyone with any money to spend who wants high quality stuff, and this is what happens to them. They don't get opened, they get chucked. So that's bad. Now let's finish up with the good, my favorite part, and hopefully yours too. So let's start with this one. You know, this is very cool. I received this newsletter, the Interview Connections newsletter. Where is it? There it is, Interview Connections. And this is sent out by its newsletter, which is fitting because the woman that sent this out, I bought her book on interview connections because I host a podcast, a daily podcast, the Rhino Daily Podcast, that I have had dozens and hundreds or over 100 guests on it or whatever, and that's what she specializes in, getting guests and helping you to get guests for your podcast and helping you to be a guest on other podcasts. And I guess that's it. It's a one-page thing. But she wrote the book on it, and her father is actually known as Jim Palmer, the newsletter guru. And so I'm trying to look. I know her first name is Jessica, and I don't see her last name. So it's very interesting that she doesn't, unless I'm missing it, she doesn't even have her name on her own newsletter. But I believe it's Jessica. And it's not Palmer. It's a different last name because of marriage or whatever. But her father, being the newsletter guru, she's making a smart move to mail an actual physical print newsletter in the mail to people. She might also send me an email newsletter. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't remember if I got it. Wouldn't look at it, wouldn't click on it, wouldn't whatever, and certainly wouldn't feel any type of reciprocity or thanks for investing the zero of nothing by emailing me an email newsletter only. But I get that good feeling about anybody who invests $1 a month, or even less in this case, that it takes to mail out one piece of paper, folded in half, tabbed, that's what these little pieces of tape are called, and bulk mailed, and get this out in the mail so people get it, they think of you when they see it, and so forth. And I'm sure it's got some good content. I tossed it on top of the heap of garbage pile with the ugly stuff, putting it back over here because I will be reading that. Two other things to share, and we'll move on and call it a day. I received this fun thing from Joe Polish. And just covering up my address, but Joe Polish, a fun square orange envelope with a little fun Joe Polish face sticker on the back. And I have a feeling if I open this up, it's the summertime, it's getting ready for his annual Genius Network annual event where he'll have like 200-300 entrepreneurs paying $10,000 to be in a room or $25,000 to be in the group for a year. And this is one of the meetings I get to go to, and I've been to, I think I've been to 3 of those. And so, fantastic event, and Joe does a lot of great marketing for it, including this, you see even the smiley face. So it's a handwritten address, smiley face, stamp put on it, actual physical stamp, actual physical fun smiley face Joe Polish face tab on the back, and then inside he'll have the, what I'm guessing is going to be the invitation to come join him and hundreds of other top entrepreneurs at his annual event. So there, there it is. So I got a special invitation. Maybe I shouldn't have shown that link, but what the heck, you want to invest the 10 grand, and because it's worth at least 10 times that much, I'm sure, go ahead over there. And then here's a letter from Joe, all about who's at the event, who's speaking, Tony Robbins and so forth, and Mark Zuckerberg's sisters speaking, and blah, 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 blah. You meet some cool people. Okay, so that's how you invite people to an event, folks. Again, a physical invitation. Not, wow, I'm trying to get 100, 250. If you're trying to, if you like what Joe's doing and you would like to have 200-300 really top of whoever your market is, your ideal who, show up to your event and pay $10,000 each to be there, you think you're going to do it with an email or a tweet or a social media post? Like, yeah, if you have 100 million followers, maybe. But otherwise, and even if you do, come on now, what is this, $1? Get this out in the mail. And I will finish up with one more piece of mail. Another good one. This arrived in the mail. How cool is that? This is from somewhere in France called, I'm guessing, Wiesenberg, which sounds like Germany. But it was, I believe, France. Well, yeah, see, I'm reading it now. It's got a French stamp on it. And it says France La Poste, which I don't speak French, so that's why the terrible accent there. And it's from my fantastic client, Nina, who says, hello from France. And then ironically, that it was 94 and hot. 94. That'd be like who dumped ice on the area. It's 117 degrees right now as I record this inside. You see, it's my first of my videos that I'm recording not upstairs in my office, where I like to open the doors to my terrace and pretty much like working outside. I'm like, what, are you nuts? So here I am working downside, only 10 feet from taking a dip in a pool, hanging out, and being downstairs because the hot air rises and all that. So here you see just a little bit of the downstairs, one of the rooms in my home. But very cool. Nina's sending me hello from France on what supposedly, I guess, and if you add in humidity, 94, well, anyway, 94 is hot anyway, regardless of the fact that we are here crazily living in 117 degrees, and it's not even the summer yet. So that's it for the good, bad, and the ugly. Oh, and the point of this one is she's a client of mine. So, yeah, I'm a customer, too. I mean, I've used just about everything she's done over the years. Her wallet mailers, her done-for-you books, magazines, her graphic arts, her newsletters, used all kinds of stuff in my business. So maybe I'm getting this because I'm a customer. Either way, You know, I knew from following her on social media, or the fact she's a client of mine, I talked to her, that she was going on this great 2-week trip to France and to Europe, but did not expect to get a personal postcard from her. How cool is that? You know, how much time did this really take? Again, I'm going to cover up my address, but how long does this take? You write out the address. There's it's addressed. Another cool thing, it's addressed to my beautiful wife, Michelle, and me. Doing a bad job covering it up. But it's my beautiful wife, Michelle, gets added into the address. How cool is that? So, and her dad's side of the family is from France. So Michelle loves that kind of stuff. And who doesn't love a personal phone card saying hello, coming in from a foreign country, somebody, and hopefully you're doing this too, when you travel, if you're speaking, or even if you're on vacation like this, how long does it really take to take a few minutes out of the day, buy 50 postcards, buy 50 stamps, sit down the marker and just go boom, 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 boom. In fact, well, no, I was going to say you can address them in advance, but not if you're going to get an actual authentic postcard from where you are. But how nice is that? If she was there 2 weeks, she only had to do 5 a day of these, and she sent out 70 of these to her best clients or prospects or consultants like me or whatever. So very cool. So hopefully you're doing that kind of stuff. Hopefully and we're back. All right. So I'm wrapping it up, but hopefully you're doing this kind of stuff when you're running your business and not succumbing to the temptation, which is rampant these days, to do everything, quote, for free or real cheap on the computer, because people don't value that anywhere near, especially now. I mean, my mailbox is virtually empty all week long. It's got a lot of the junk like this crap in it that I don't even want to look at. It's got very, very little cool stuff in it. So you send yours. I have a feeling your prospects and clients, customers, patients, whoever you're doing business with, are in the same situation. They'd love to receive some cool stuff for you. And when economy's bad, which has been for the last 8 years, and people have less money to spend, and we're more careful the way we spend it, every little bit of an edge counts, doesn't it? Okay, that's it for today. Always at the end, let's go to the questions, comments. Hey, Steve, Hank Meister's here. And Rich is here, and Rich says, when is Michelle doing a video? You know, it's a good question. Maybe I will, she just called me. She said she couldn't even get in the car. She had to go in, start the car, crank the AC, and then get back out of the car and go back inside. The car is over 125 degrees on the dashboard thermometer. She's not even sitting in there till it cools down. So crazy here, but yeah. Maybe one of these times I'll get Michelle to hang out in the video with me. I'm sure she will. And of course, by definition, that way the video at least, will look a lot better. I think I might look worse when I sit next to people who look better, which is basically everybody, which is why I like to do these alone. Anyway, that's it for today. So hopefully, and I think I've been sweating even more, even though now I'm inside the air conditioning. So the whole thing's kind of crazy. But I'll see you again tomorrow. It is Topical Tuesday. Oh, and I got a really good one. This is really, really appropriate. This is something you can learn for. It's happening all the time right now, and it's something you can use to your advantage in your business. Topical Tuesday tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today on Direct Mail Monday. I'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks to everyone. Another, it won't be a record, by the way. The record, I think, for tomorrow was like 120-something degrees, but kind of close and definitely crazy. And I'll see you then.